Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online official Twitter feed, so on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a favor, like it, and also subscribe here to the YouTube bridge, as we are always on the lookout for like-minded captains where we can share our love and passion for Star Trek Online and also, of course, Star Trek. With that said, here we go. We got a couple of things to go over. What we'll do is drop our two ECs as usual, and of course at the end give our conclusion. So first up here, Star Trek Online will have PC maintenance tomorrow. This was 10 hours ago as of this recording. Estimated downtime is 2.5 hours. You can find the patch notes here. Patch notes for, again, March 2nd. So PC, thought this was kind of interesting here. So this is for the PC. Addressed an issue that could cause excessive crowding of cadets on Starfleet Academy. That is actually pretty hilarious. They're in like a little box there and they're walking back and forth. Quite hilarious, actually. I think they should keep the feature. Address an issue with KDF Gorn Bridge officers so that going forward, new very rare quality buffs will retain that quality when commissioned. Didn't even know that was an issue. Added a summary of the quality of pending duty officers to donate to the donation UI and the confirmation dialogue to help prevent captains from accidentally donating duty officers that they did not intend to. Console Universal Covert Warhead Module updates. I believe this is the one that actually comes from the Eagle, from the 13th anniversary bundle. Correct me if I'm wrong, captains, but we don't have that ship as of yet, but that is the next one up. Resolved an issue where the cloak wasn't working properly. Resolved an issue where dying enemies triggered an instant explosion with improper stats. Resolved an issue with the console universal harmonic yield distribution via radial aperture. I always get a kick out of reading that one. And the console universal swarmer matrix that prevented the speed boost from properly applying to targetable torpedoes. Didn't know that was a thing. So there you go. That's a fix, and I do like that console 100%. It's great that you can actually put that on any ship. I actually do love that. Resolved an issue that was preventing the detonations from being slightly delayed from each other in an aesthetically pleasing manner with the console universal covert warhead module. All right, that's interesting. The design of the Hestia Advanced Escort has been slightly adjusted to add more explicit visual elements to represent torpedo launchers. Interesting. I did kind of make a statement on that, or a comment, when I was doing the video on the actual Hydra, saying that there's no torp launchers there. But this is on the Hestia, so I'm gonna have to have a look at that, caps. The material on the Ross exploration cruiser right nacelle decals has been corrected. Go to the ship customization interface and reapply the Ross template to fix your ship's visuals. Fleet updates, general performance optimizations to various UI elements. Removed contribute button for duty officer coffers for the fleet colony world. Removed reputation only dilithium from being valid with fleet DOF donations. Added support for fleet dilithium vouchers to the new guild donation task UI. Updated to only show fleet dilithium vouchers text if the captain has any vouchers. So a bunch of fixes there for the fleet stuff. And known issues, digitizer torpedo currently has the long torpedo cooldown. We intend to exempt it since the issue where it lacked the cooldown opened healthy build paths. I thought out of all of this, two takeaways that I got from this was the visual representation of torpedo launchers on the Hestia and this cooldown open healthy build path. So captains, we already did a build on the baby V'ger using the digitizer torpedo, so I didn't really notice anything. It's actually performed really well in my opinion, as we were able to do that CSA no problem. But there you go. Apparently they're trying to make this a thing. Fetch. What? So there is that. Next up, we have Here we go. Captains on all platforms. So this is both the PC and console bridges can save 50% on a lifetime subscription until March 4th. So just a couple days actually. And then 33% off until the 6th. Get exclusive starships, playable species, and more. Of course, Captains, we did already go through this on a previous video. So what I will do is link that in the description below, just in case you Captains are new here to the bridge and want to know more about it. But in essence, I do believe this is still worth it because of the current Star Trek going on as of this moment. Of course, as of this video, we just watched one of the episodes of Star Trek Picard there, and there is just so much things coming in to Star Trek Online just from that show alone, let alone all the other Star Trek that's happening, Discovery, Lower Decks, of course, Strange New Worlds, and Prodigy, hopefully Prodigy, and whatever else is coming in the future. So I think with the current Star Trek going on, we can still see 3 more years at the very minimum, in my opinion. Again, Captains, this is only my opinion. And even if at the point of, let's say next year, all the Star Trek shows were to stop, which is not going to happen, Star Trek Online, before Discovery, was pulling story threads, loose story threads, unfinished story threads in Star Trek before Discovery came in. So I think that is what they can do. And there's still so many things that they can bring forward to Star Trek Online to keep it going. And I believe when I did the sort of ROI on buying the lifetime subscription on PC, let me make that clear, on PC, because you also get Zen monthly. It'll take you 2.5 years to get that much worth of Zen, the $200, whatever it is, the 50% off back, that you can use to buy ships, that you can use to buy other things. But it also has a bunch of things like services and such like that. So again, I've gone to that video. I will go through that. I'll put that video in the description below. But here it is again, just Captains on all platforms can save 50% for a couple days, and then 33% after those couple days. So again, here we're pleased to announce a sale on the lifetime subscriptions March 2nd to the 4th for 50% off, and then after that, from the 4th to the 6th, 33% off. Now, having said that, again, and this is how much I bought my subscription for, was $200. I don't regret it, but I bought it back in 2014. Now, subscription on console, unfortunately, you do not get the monthly Zen, and it kind of is limited in that way for me to recommend for the console. Having said that, you still get all the other things except that, and you can also actually buy this with Zen in the Zen store on the console. For PC, you have to buy that in the ARC site. So enjoy all the rewards that come with being a lifetime subscriber. Exclusive species unlock, like playable Talaxian species, instant access to all lifetime rewards, priority login, that hasn't been a thing for years. There are dozens of reasons to become a lifetime subscriber today. For the information, all great rewards that come with being a subscriber, of course, check it out here. And then I get, like I said, it'll all be here in the description below. Captains, just head down there and have a look at that. And along with, I will link that video so that we don't go over it. Again, of course, for newer Captains, like I said, at this point, I recommend the PC 100% at this point, because it will take about 2.5 years to get that much Zen back in your pocket so that you can use in-game. And that doesn't even include all the other extras that this comes with. So there is that. And of course, here we have a greeting to Dr. Beverly Crusher from Star Trek Online, which I think is awesome. Happy birthday to Gates McFadden. We're so grateful you took the time to join us this year, and we loved meeting Mirror Beverly. 100%. Like I mentioned earlier, Captains, we just watched Star Trek Picard, and she's killing it. It could be the nostalgia talking, but I don't care. She's killing it, and I'm glad we have her in Star Trek Online. And this is what I'm trying to also put out there, that even with all the Trek finishing off, let's say, you still have the actors that could potentially come in game yet. There are still actors out there that hasn't made an appearance in Star Trek Online, of course, namely Sir Pat himself, Picard, Riker, Data, of course, we can have them back. But from the TNG crew, we now, of course, with the addition with, of course, Dr. Beverly, we have Worf, we have Geordi in game, of course, loving it. And it would be so nice to have a complete TNG crew in Star Trek Online. And that just makes me excited because, again, just to immortalize them in Star Trek Online would be awesome. Just like now Gates McFadden. And she did an awesome job in the story. I just wish they would kind of fix her model a little bit. It does not really look like her, in my opinion. I think they can fix that up perfectly, to match her perfectly, I should say. So hopefully they kind of take that into consideration and work on that. But glad Star Trek Online is just doing these birthday greetings because it's just awesome. So there you go. We're going to do a refresh here just in case they try to sneak anything there, because this is before noon, and this is why we don't do some of the coverage of the news before or a little after noon. Now, if there's something else that comes up, Captains, we will make another video for that, probably the same day and or the next. So there you go. Thought we would go over that, and just a quick update of the stow things going on here. Of course, again, just a quick recap. We have patch notes that are pretty interesting to hear, and love the kind of fixes that are going on. Of course, a lifetime subscription sale that is for the next couple days for 50% off, and yes, highly recommend. And of course, a huge happy birthday to Gates McFadden, aka Dr. Beverly Crusher. So, Captains, do us a favor again, like the video, and of course, comment below. Let us know what you think of the patch notes. Let us know if you have the LTS and or are planning on to, and or if you do recommend it to newer captains. Of course, subscribe here to YouTube Bridge, and with that, we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.